using it.
I mean, I file YOLO under like proto skibbity talk, so it's fine. Exactly, Gibgab. And cringe is fun. Embrace cringe. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Test received.
Okay, I'm really quiet on stream, but not on Discord.
Wait, on my stream?
Maybe I just have it turned down a little too. I have it turned down just a little too low.
I like it.
Yep, that was exactly it. We are Gucci. And not in the bag sense.
Alright, we
Good
did
widgets.
interrogate the guy last session, right? Or was that the session before?
Session before?
Well, we didn't really interrogate him. He never really came back to consciousness.
Yeah, you just kind of moved on.
True. Well, it was his
We did-
device, but we interacted with that in the session before, right?
Yeah.
Was last session really just traveling and then the projector stuff?
Yeah?
And some encounters.
Yeah,
But
because there
yeah.
was the debate of
Oh, yeah, the
going
skeleton guy, too.
across the rift, the collector, the several watches. It was a vibe session. It was a vibe. Docs.google, and then we open up the Force Skizzle notes, and then I'm not sure if it's on Tal's end, but I see that Master has the different talkie than would be expected selected still.
Yeah, I'm still working on setting things up.
Gotcha.
It ain't like we're started, so we're just kind of vibing out right now.
I just have all of the relevant streams open. And 3 dragons and a trench dragon. Three sprockets and a trench dragon? No, that one sounds kind of dirty. Yeah, 3 dragons and a trench dragon. Silver says hi to everybody. He's heading out for the evening.
Hold out. Grab him real quick.
Let me see if I can.
I just want you to give him a hug and pet from me.
Oh, It has been delivered.
Thank you. Good boy.
Rawr.
It's not somebody's audio glitching, Jits. It's that Era is playing with stuff and it's not quite coming through fully.
Oh, sorry, I'll mute
He's
out.
playing with his guitar.
Get this grab.
Is Viv normally late? Oh,
But they said
I don't
that
know,
they
but
were
they
going to be a bit
messaged
late.
saying they would be.
Yeah, they're normally not late or late. I think they're caught up with something.
Yeah, Viv's usually like in limbo for the first 15 minutes, but they're here.
well, I mean,
Fair
we've
enough.
only got 3 players here, so I don't know if we can play.
Oh, we got 4.
No, we got the Grayson, the Sprocket, and the Venro.
Well, yeah, but the
Have both
Grayson under
Tau and
with
Era.
mitosis.
Meiosis.
Mitosis already happened.
Or is it when like one of you steps on the other's foot, they go, "Ow, my toe, bro."
Hi, Meryl.
We actively kick each other's tails.
I know. Sprocket got to enjoy kicking one of the tails. It's very squishy.
It's mostly the inside that's squishy. The outside is still sturdy.
Now maybe it was Sprocket's foot that went squishy.
That would not surprise me.
Also, the absolute pain in choosing between whether to put a dot in an undotted merit or save up for a double dot in a primary merit.
Don't worry, I have I have most of my character progression completely spoken for the next while.
Yippee.
So that makes it pretty simple for me.
All planned out. You know, this being my first character, I'm constantly encountering things. I'm like, I can do this slightly differently. Or, would this be more efficient? Or is this more flavorful?
Luckily in Scar, you can just change it up when you want.
Woohoo!
Goods, don't tell them my secrets. Or do, I don't really mind.
That's for Brian. Hi, Meryl.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Merle. Good fluffs, both of you. I don't know, Jits. Sprocket could also respec due to a stroke. Anything's possible, really. Hi, Shadowhunter.
All right, shall we get started?
Yep.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Good.
Way too loud. Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Fallout Twin Cities Scar. Season 1, Episode 6, A Paper Trail to Era's Cuteness.
Boy.
This is one of our tabletop RPG campaigns being run with our custom SCAR system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. This system is available for open playtest on our Discord as well as itch.io. Go take a look at it and let us know what you think. For now, we're going to go ahead and start with introductions, beginning with Enja.
Hello and good day, everyone. I will be your storyteller for this evening, Enja Lumareus. I play the allies, I play the enemies, and I create all manner of events. I will be following our players today, starting with the good doctor. I believe it's Hex.
That would be correct. Hello, I'm Tonderos, and I'll be playing one of the Grayson twins, specifically Hex. He is a poison metal type, is fairly large, I think, by all accounts, and has an even larger tail. The other two people in the middle are kind of missing here, so onwards to his brother.
Hello, I'm Drunk Dragonera, and I am going to be playing Dr. RPG. Dr. Hex's brother, also poison metal type, also a synth, also very large, also a lot of tail. It's like we're identical twins or something. Also a doctor.
Strange.
I wonder how that happened. Strange coincidences all over the place.
Absolutely.
And go ahead, Sprocket.
I am Okifer, and I play Sprocket. I am a weird, rusty protogen thingy who is definitely not big, definitely doesn't have a massive tail, and is absolutely not a doctor. He tried taking a certificate once and was beaten behind the clinic. Anyway, on to our scout, the Snuppy, Venro.
Hello everyone, I am Razim and I will be playing as Venro, the Night Stalker. Poison Earth type, and yeah. For the recap, go for it, Era.
Let's see. When we started off, we were currently leaving behind a unfortunate drug addict who had a note in his thing that said that he needed to do a thing with the weird magical radio Madoohickey that was somehow tuned to us, but we're not entirely sure how currently. Problems for later us. Began to travel, got past the bird situation. No more birds, no government birds, no regular birds. Whatever kind of bird that ended up being is no longer being present, so we're not worrying about it. However, what we did end up running into is the bone gatherer gentleman that was supposed to be in the place that he wasn't before, who had apparently tracked us down the upper world and caused us a bunch of issues. Hey, Izul, go ahead and, or Izel, do your introduction.
Hey, I'm Heeman. I'm playing Isol, the Fire Sonic alligator cook. Back to whatever was going on.
Recap. While conversing with him, we discovered that he really is upset that we were in his space without giving any sort of payment or anything like that, and while not necessarily intending to kill us, possibly intending to kill us, really just wanted the Smarties that we pulled out of a skull of a bone thing. And after more discussion, we managed to get him to a point where he'll give us information if we trade them to him. This individual has an approximate information of many things, therefore only provided approximate information. If the approximate information was complete, because we paid 9 out of the 12 to get the full information, therefore we got something that was cryptic and short of what we were actually looking for. Well, one way or the other, we ended up leaving that situation, going to camp and going to rest, and sometime during the night, somebody heard the flicker of a, sounded like something, I believe it was Venro, actually, that found it. Yeah, Venro tracked down our missing, lovely, movie projector. These imbeciles decided to take it out of the Mall of America, apparently, go a few days away and start watching movie in a tent. Like that wasn't obvious when you're out in the open like this. Needless to say that we approached firmly and in a stern voice demanded back the projector, and we have received the projector back, and those men may or may not need new pants. Yes, I think that's where we left off.
There was also a strange radio transmission in the night.
Oh, right. The strange radio transmission. Right, with the letters and the holes and the yes.
And the fucking mindscape.
I don't.
There's no
We didn't get a
mindscape here.
mindscape this time. Squinsat Giemond.
It's okay, Isol. I would go into your mindscape and absolutely ruin things.
Yeah, do you really want that one in your head?
Could be worse.
Yep, off he goes. All right, and I'm gonna hand it back to you while the squeaker squeaks.
Understandable.
This is
Well,
the
I
dankest dungeon.
Okifu tipped $7.60. Razum feed whiskers Leo DNA yak knurk.
What?
Okay.
Well, thank you for the tip.
The puzzle to figure out. Please continue.
Alrighty then. So, it's morning once again after some of you have had a most cryptic encounters with the paper during the last shift. And I believe that Izul was considering telling some members of the party . Oh, did something happen?
No?
Okay.
No, we're here.
Oki has disconnected.
Did he?
I have.
It still says he's not
I'm
here.
still here. Hello?
Let's see.
I still see
Plan.
Oki.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
he's
still see him.
disconnected from Fantasy Grounds.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Interesting. Why did Fantasy Grinds do that?
Because Fantasy Grinds doesn't grind? It grounds?
Fantasy Grinds.
Wrong service.
Oh.
I'm rebooting it.
But yes, I'll be asking. Does Izul want to tell people what that thing on the first note for him meant, or will he be saving that for later, mayhaps?
he's gonna save it for the meeting once we get back to the Glass City.
Understandable, and probably a decent time since that's quite the thing to prod at or open right away, and you're theoretically only a day away from your intended location, so it's time to march.
I'm also good to just point out that, we are literally just walking along with nothing better to do than talk. Just saying.
Fair enough.
We're walking, we're talking. I don't know, a lot of people have, trouble walking and talking at the same time. Isel, is that an issue you have?
It does make some people more prone to trip.
I think he died.
He might have.
There he is. He just had to turn down
Understood.
his tone. That way he could register,
He went subsonic.
Yes.
So is that what the fire is supposed to do with his typing? Temper down the subsonic?
For one last day of travel.
Oh, do we have any plan for once we get there? We know this was some sort of manufacturing plant. Pretty fancy one at that.
Also, real quick, welcome back, Conrad. Um, just a brief touch on this. It happened during the previous recording, but for the rest of you in chat, because I know a lot of you were here still with that, Conrad got hit by a pretty sizable earthquake down there. He was really worried about his mom. He has heard from her. She's fine. So,
It's a relief.
But now he's here to do art.
Very nice.
You were asking if we had a plan?
Yeah, just, I've dug through scrap piles before, but I don't think I've ever, gone into a factory with the express purpose of taking things from it. So it seems like more like you or Dr. Hex would be a bit more expert at.
You don't normally go and salvage scrap?
Well, from factories, that you'd be amazed what people throw into like the kind of gray area in the mall. You know, where the death claws and bugs don't live, but people also don't live. That whole area,
This
so many
is
goodies.
the dankest dungeon.
Avask tipped $5. Good luck with the game, you all. I'm off to eat ice cream. Cuddles the onion on the way out.
How nice.
Thank you very much for that tip, Irvas. That is the first tier of the tip goal completed.
Enjoy your ice cream.
Well, I kind of was planning to scout it out, see what we're dealing with, and go from there.
Seems reasonable. I'm not one to plan myself, but I figured I might be banished to the uppies dimension if I start flying by the seat of my pants. So,
Absolutely. Factories are a little bit different than scavenging just through scrap piles. Factories and other buildings like that tend to be more important. People care about them a lot more. Factions might even set up their base inside of such a facility if, for instance, they have a reason to want to actually look through those sorts of things, or if they just need a place that has a well-built roof over their head. A pre-existing building that's in only mild disrepair is a pretty good start to that. That's not to mention any sort of potential defenses that the building itself had that are still running left over. Which means that we're going to need to be a whole lot more careful with this sort of thing than just going through some scrap piles looking for anything valuable we can find. We need to actually be careful with this one.
securities.
Does anyone else see the three-headed dog thing?
Oh my god, it's so fluffy. Can I pet it? Can I pet it?
I don't know if we can pet that dog.
I want to pet
It's
the
got
dog.
a lot of
It's got-
mouths that could it bite.
Venro, please
that is
hold
3
still. I need
times
to
the
check
dog
you.
per dog.
If you're hearing,
What's that?
I said, Venro, please hold on. You're seeing the same things as Sprocket. Have you consumed any
Oh,
lead
wait.
recently?
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, was that Lucinda the whole time? Weird. I know not to pet Lucinda. That's how I lose my hand rights.
Okay.
Hey Viv, glad you could make it despite the world attempting to stop you.
Oh, and a cement truck tried to run me over because they didn't want to wait for the crosswalk.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Lovely.
That sounds like the area
Thankfully,
you
my
live in.
scooter accelerates faster than him. Oh. You need me to do my intro now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes, hello, I am Viv. I am playing Lucinda, the Deathclaw. Is a astral shadow type. Which, you know, we're gonna get up to some shenanigans with that over time, I'm quite sure. And please do not get her clothes dirty or she will kill you. Okay. Anything important that I have missed?
Nope.
Cool.
Well, we saw this three-headed dog for a moment.
So fluffy.
Sprocket, have you been feeding Venro lead when he's not paying attention?
Absolutely not. I need to keep all that for myself. Goes straight to my belly. It's great.
So you're saying you have lead on you?
Do you have rations on you?
Of course.
You need to stop.
There's
eating
your
that.
answer. Again, like I said, it's good for me. It keeps me from getting sick.
I will be performing tests later to test these theories specifically, mainly by doing a blood test. You're not afraid of needles,
You
correct?
wanna? It depends on where they go. But no, they're not too bothersome.
Did I make something, put something in the food I shouldn't have or something?
Please don't be putting lead into Sprocket's food.
I was more asking, did I accidentally? Questioning myself.
Either rate,
No,
sounds
no.
like we don't have a plan other than Venro scouts it out and we wait outside. And then we carefully go through things just looking for what we're after.
Seems about right. And Sprocket goes and pulls out his little pocket notebook. We need either the coolant pump, the neutron rods, or the control panel parts.
Probably the control panel.
Money's
most
on the
importantly.
pump or the panel.
Either way, we're going to start out being far more concerned about if anyone else happens to be around.
Yeah.
And if they do, who they are, if they seem friendly or not, all that sort of stuff.
Someone mentioned
The
it's
actual
the
searching
edge
we
of-
can spend some time on, so long as we have that handled.
True, plenty of rations. Don't we have to worry about the Brotherhood of Steel, or somebody had said that they're neighbors in this area?
There's a couple of people that are around here, but specifically the Brotherhood of Steel would be a major concern considering that this is a pre-war facility. They tend to go crazy about those.
So any tin can that's not one of us will be a problem.
Again, it massively depends on what we find.
Very true. Hey, look at us walking and talking, and none of us tripped yet.
Yeah, so I suppose Isel could share whatever it was that he wanted to share. Poke, poke. Nudge, nudge. Hint, hint. Stab, stab.
Yeah, that's my
Don't
job.
stab the pan, friend.
Gosh dang it.
You didn't
Hey,
realize
forget.
you were muted?
Sort of. I realized I was muted, but half the time I mute by pressing the button on my mic. This time I had pressed the mute on the Discord. I pressed the button on the mic thinking it would unmute it, and I ended up being double muted.
Oh, the dreaded double mute.
Yep, there it is, Tal.
One for each.
Just in case any of you are new around here, I'll bring up the meme that we share every time that happens.
This is one I am wholly responsible for, considering I started doing it forever ago, and it's never not funny.
The hopes of having Isel share, I think, have been stumped a little bit.
I mean, maybe he could recover. Poke, poke. Nudge, nudge. Tap, tap. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I was me wanting him to do it, but well, apparently it's not Isel, so.
I would love to explain it on the room, but I can't really give the full context.
Is there a particular item that is required for this conversation?
He nods.
Do we have to worry about other individuals leaving mysterious letters really close to camp?
I have no idea.
Is this a threat I need to keep an eye out for?
Well, considering the tone they used with this, as he shows everyone the first note, I would say so.
What in the world?
Does this have to do with the Brotherhood of Steel, the Institute, or that weird sword-wielding knights people at all? Any of those three groups?
Hey, don't forget the Goon Squad.
Well, I think maybe they could be written off because they probably can't write or read.
I don't think so.
Those are my major concerns, then. Whomever else it is, I guess. I'm assuming you don't know.
Whatever it is, though, you should probably avoid it.
Just to make sure, I know you said you didn't see anybody, but you saw nobody put those there. You did your laps, and they just appeared where you dug both times.
3 times, I think, actually.
Yeah, if we include yours or Hex's.
Literally walked around the camp 3 times, stopped, dug, and note. No evidence that anyone could have placed it there in the meantime. I don't think. There's also a strange radio transmission before that. Basically told us to walk around in a circle 3 times.
That is very out of the ordinary.
Yeah. And kind of creepy.
Sounds creepy.
It is a little concerning to have people continuously hit mine and my brother's radio frequency. When we have
Especially considering it's not exactly something we share around a lot.
I don't really remember but there were some numbers before all that too.
Well, that sounds mildly
Yeah, I definitely don't like this. I think we should attempt to avoid this sort of thing in the future.
Yeah.
This makes me highly consider, if when we next get the radio parts to do so, changing our radio signal to something that is a frequency that can't easily be just tapped into.
That would likely be a good idea. Thinking about it, I have some ideas for that.
Understood. We'll discuss it after we have parts, if we're lucky.
I do think that improving things technologically is a good idea, but, and I would have never said this before the skeleton hole, it could also be magical, unless an absolute master of stealth snuck under your guys' noses 3 times in a row to place those notes without any evidence.
as well as without disturbing the earth, because I'm assuming they would have noticed that it
You are correct.
messed with.
I certainly have some training to do before I match that kind of skill.
I have a feeling it might be teleportation technology.
It is very capable of being that.
Teleportation. Is that a thing?
Yes, which reminds me, brother, I need you to activate something in me later when you got a moment.
All right, so long as you know what I'm actually supposed to be doing ahead of time. I don't want to change the wrong thing.
Later. But to answer your question, yes, Sprocket technology for teleportation is something that is real and exists, just only in the hands of very certain individuals out there that at least I'm aware of.
Could have
Oh,
spread more by now,
that's-
but not the most likely.
That's really cool. I would have never expected that to be a thing.
Whether or not you are technically you afterwards is another thing entirely.
Ew. Is this like falling apart once you get there, or wait? I think I saw like through the window of one of the movie theater things, like a man getting merged with a scorpion. He looks cool in the end.
Technically.
More like if you, it's more of a philosophical thing, depending on if you view it as still being you after you have been completely dismantled and reconstructed in a different location.
Yeah, that'd still be me.
Sorry, I read too much.
Well, if the only one who can recognize me as myself, and I recognize myself as myself, then who am I to be but anyone but myself?
Fenro's going to start walking a bit faster to get ahead and away from this conversation.
Vinro's
It's
not a
hurting
fan.
his head.
I mean, that. I'm not going to continue the subject, but you can just imagine that there's philosophy being spoken. I don't think people want to hear
Oh, I
the
got
actual
no
philosophy.
issue.
All right, then. Well,
I have no issue. It's just Venro's getting a headache from trying to the mental gymnastics there.
Well, it really depends, because are you you if you also have a soul, but does your soul attach to the new you that is the you before? And if you're constructed entirely out of brand new things, are you still the you that was before that was destroyed to make the new you now? These are part of the philosophies of those things. I, unfortunately, am a constructed robot and probably don't have a soul.
Well, what? Well, I
No,
mean,
you absolutely have a soul.
until you can prove whether the soul just attaches to the new one or not, you can. It's probably just safe to assume that yes, it does. And if you still have all your same memories, and theoretically you're the same soul, you would be the same person.
And this is where the rabbit hole begins. So if somebody deletes your
Yep.
memories, are you still you then? Or do you become somebody else? Are we just a collection of our own memories, or are we individuals with some sort of... I don't know the word for it right now, because my brain just deleted it. But there's a word to identify oneself, whether no matter what form you're in, and I don't remember what that word is. Out of character.
Well, we also forget our own memories, so
Oh, I actually have an answer to this question. I woke up one day, and from that day forward, I was Sprocket. If I existed in any capacity beforehand, that person no longer exists. So I guess in that case, losing the memories does cause a new person to come into being.
And then what if you remember later?
Then I would be a new mixture of the two people.
And how much of that counts as being the originals?
I feel like that depends on if the originals put any weight on being themselves. I'm pretty loosey goosey. Like, I'd be happy being someone else or myself, so I wouldn't have any of that big ol' ego thing to keep myself anchored in the past. Though somebody who's very egoistic, I think they would probably be struggling to keep claw holds on that more.
Yes, but the ambiguity is why there's a lot of arguments over it.
It's true.
And typically why certain institutions only ever sent robots through teleportation and refuse to do so themselves with mortal beings.
So, what would happen if somebody who is magically inclined could see souls and verify at the end if it's the same soul?
That would solve the philosophy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Do you happen to know an individual that is indeed able to see souls, and we can also recruit in the operation of testing a subject who may not have a soul afterwards through a teleportation?
If I knew such a person, I think I would have a better job in life.
Pat's the sprocket.
So, unfortunately, no.
There's always
Look,
medical
I've spent
experimentation.
Yeah. Look, I've spent a lot of time just sitting in the back hallways of the mall. Like some days you wake up and you're just like, am I me? Or am I somebody else? And then you turn the lights on and you're like, oh, yep, I have light bulbs for eyes. I'm Sprocket. And then everything's good.
As long as you're happy.
Most days. I've been happy since I've been traveling with you guys.
Adorable.
It's been a lot of fun so far.
This from the one who eats lead.
to be fair, he probably finds a lot of things fun.
True. Poor Venro.
And poor Isel. I saw him lick his eyeballs a few times, and he hasn't done that yet.
I don't think crocodiles can do that.
I do believe you're thinking of something else.
Maybe I need to go wipe my visor.
Isel's just staring off into the distance.
If you want to wipe your visor, ask Lucinda.
Oh, true. That cloth felt amazing.
The cloth on glass rubbing noises, then.
Squeaky, squeaky.
Yes.
Yes.
That's Gimmon's job. Oh, there it is. He's making the noise for us. There we go. So
Leave it to the less fleshly inclined of the party to discuss philosophy of souls.
Well, now I'm going to have to see if I can develop the ability to see souls, because now I'm curious. I'm also curious as to if it's even possible.
if it exists, I'm sure there's a way to detect it.
Probably. Unfortunately, I don't even think I've figured that out before, considering this whole thing doesn't even feel familiar. Then again, maybe I probably didn't even bother looking into it. It's more fun discussing it than actually solving it.
True.
For
I would
us.
likely end up. Figuring out the answer and then keeping it to myself.
Might be wise. The answer might be more terrifying than the question.
That's usually how these sort of things go.
It's more fun discussing it than actually finding out and dealing with the implications.
Ah, so the synths now have a talk show going, I'm assuming, in the background through the radio channel.
I mean, probably.
It's an on the move podcast.
Dr. and Dr. Phil Philosophy Hour.
Does anyone have the punishment feat?
No.
No.
Nope.
I am surprised him doesn't.
He's saving up.
Yeah, I do believe he was saving up
Razor
for
as
it.
well.
If you give it a razor, you're going to kill Taya's character in a week.
Mine in 2.
Yo-Yo will also die from that.
So we can get a TPK just off of puns. Got it.
Absolutely.
So is this considered ethical or unethical PvP?
Considering that it's a price that the punter will still pay, probably ethical.
Fair enough.
I mean, if I die to puns, I'm just going to make a character with this that's just all about healing themselves, and we're just gonna be punning constantly.
At that point, it turns into all right, we're doing it.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
But I believe we are walking and talking, Inja, and possibly doing a podcast in the meantime.
I can ramble about this the whole time, but also want to make sure we're not just spending a whole session rambling about philosophy and souls.
If we would
Wouldn't it be
add
the first time?
because you are round about time to encounter something.
Please be a cute 3-headed dog. Please be a cute 3-headed dog.
I think maids would fit in quite well in Fallout.
I mean, probably. They just assume that
Got the
he's
hats
some
for
weird
it.
mutated dog person.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I feel like I still accidentally put something in the food.
So did any of you
Who was
catch
there
that?
with you, Isel?
I heard
Nah,
them.
there's nothing weird put into the food.
It's just a very high number, is all.
Boy.
And given your current location on my approximate map, yes,
Do I only have
high
to shoot
numbers.
something?
High numbers. No, 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 no. They just mean like a fair non-generic scenario.
So I have to shoot something. Got it.
Well, not quite, because Sprocket, you'd see another Sprocket.
Excuse me?
There is a protogen that seems to
What?
be collecting some scrap.
Do you guys see that thing over there? I'm here, right?
I mean, do we?
Now, were there one difference? This one has green lights and an occasional scan line.
Oh, so it's more like Dr. RGB and Dr. Hexen build with a cathode ray tube instead of Nixie tubes.
A bit.
And I'm assuming the entire party can see this other protogen.
Yes, no, they're real. They're very physical and not hiding.
Well,
They've
I can
just got a
certainly
double bag over their shoulder.
see them, but they're different. They got a little bit different colorations going on.
Yeah, they're green. Do y'all mind if should we be safe? I've never seen someone like me before.
Is this the go on pressing them forward like you do the dog in that one movie? Go on. Go be with your kind.
He releases Sprocket out into the wild.
Release Sprocket.
If nobody thinks
Well,
it's dangerous, I'm just.
I didn't expect us to get to bye-bye Butterfree so soon.
Oh.
Butterfree!
I don't have an issue with you going.
Great. He does like an excited quarter run, half jog, half trying not to look too excited, walk, run, jog.
The walk, run, jog, that looks totally too excited when you run up, walk, run, jog.
The one that looks worse than committing to any of the three.
Yeah, the kind where you start to run a little bit and then remind yourself, and you try to do a nonchalant walk, which turns into a half jog. The cycle keeps shuffling.
Yep, it's just it looks worse in every regard. The self-consciousness.
Understandable.
Hazel's also. Hazel's gonna look around as while we're all just here and Sprocket is running towards them just in case for anything.
All right,
As long as
so-
he doesn't blow up. Yes. Go on.
As you approach, they will eventually become alerted to your presence and look over to you in some mild confusion. As if not quite sure what to make of you, as they just kind of look you up and down.
Hi, I'm Sprocket. I'm like you, and I've never seen anybody like me or, well, you before. Sorry, it's weird being in the wastes and introducing yourselves without shooting each other first. Anyways, I'm Sprocket. What's your name? Hi.
Oh, yes. Apologies, it has been a long time since I have met No, it's not quite right. There have been new faces pretty recently, as a matter of fact, but I didn't like them. Am I going to like you?
Um, most people find me tolerable.
I am Bertold.
Bertold, that's a nice name. Nice to meet you.
Sprocket like wipes his grubby claw paw on his tunic and just like sticks it out for shaking.
Ah, I know this gesture. Hold. As he's going to step closer, grasp hand, raise the hand above your shoulders before pulling it down to your waist in a handshake that is way too large.
Oh, I thought I was the enthusiastic one here. So.
They got a strong
where-
grip, actually. You feel like they might lift you off the ground if they were more enthusiastic.
Mighty guy, aren't you? Anyway, Bertold, so, are you
Yes,
like from
janitor
around
unit. What is up?
here? What unit did you call me?
Janitor.
Janitor. I've cleaned things, yeah, but the janitoring unit. Are you from the city?
City?
The city, the mall. The couple days that way. If you were, I would have seen you. But janitoring unit. Uh,
Your coloration. Our colorations assign us to different roles. I am a scout unit.
hmm, pardon me. I'm supposed to have a job.
You are a janitor unit. You can process anything, making you suitable for going and cleaning as most matter is edible for you for cleaning purposes. If it is designated as waste, it will be assigned to
Um,
you.
that sounds somewhat correct. I don't eat trash, but some things I do eat work just fine inside of me. You're a
Are you
scout.
eating enough metals? You seem thin.
But I eat plenty of metal. The last few days it's been a little bit light. Um,
Are the rest of us within hearing distance of this, by the way?
They're not being quiet, so if you decided to
Okay.
follow behind, yes, you may.
Wait, is he really supposed to eat lead?
He may fare better eating lead than most others would. Also, other faces. Hello.
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 Hi.
Hello. Are you here to
Faring
take
better.
over the factory?
It depends which factory, and probably not take over.
Understandable. We will not have a violent confrontation then.
So you're from the factory.
Correct.
We're looking for parts. Maybe you can assist us in getting to the factory quicker.
After I finish my material collections, I will be returning in short order. If you could expedite this process, I will then in turn guide you back to the factory in an expedited fashion.
I mean, that sounds like a good deal to me.
All right, what are you looking for?
I have almost finished gathering metals. However, wood and cloth are a bit more difficult.
Is it any specific type of cloth? I keep spares on me for patching clothes and stuff.
Glass could also be substituted for materials or plastics. I just need to fill out 3 categories.
How much do you need?
Hey, wasn't there that container?
Oh, yeah, I've got this. Sprocket pulls out the interdimensional Tupperware.
Plastic.
You've
Saving it for a rainy day.
You've totally got it listed on your sheet like that, don't you?
Maybe.
Plastic and in good pure condition. Small quantity but good quality. This will be satisfactory.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still kind of. I've never. Are there others like me, like us,
Many.
at the factory?
Correct.
Holy shit!
We are overseen by an administrative unit.
An administrative unit. Wait, there's someone like me who administrates?
Correct. They are large.
A large sprocket.
So when you
It's
say
kinda weird.
large, do you mean us large or do you mean her large?
They're going to look between Lucinda and the Grayson twins and, like, wonder. Before pointing towards Lucinda and then, like, emphasizing further.
So in between us.
Nod, nod.
That is decently sized.
Wow. Well, oh gosh.
Are there not ones at the city, as you called it?
As far as we've seen, Sprocket's the only one there.
Yeah, I'm the only one. Been that way for a few decades.
That seems unsustainable. One janitor unit cannot maintain a location.
One janitor unit can barely maintain himself. Oh gosh. Um, uh, uh, I noticed your face, a visor, kind of flickers and you stutter a bit. Have you been hurt or something?
Yes.
Would you like help?
If it does not take long. My general abilities are not impacted by this.
The Grayson
However,
twins
I'm
descend.
However, recently there have been a number of newcomers that are coming to take the factory. We are resisting.
Oh. Well then.
Hmm.
First, medical check.
Yep, assisting. Does he count as mechanical enough for robotics medicine to proc on my
He
assist?
does.
All right, cool. In that case, 3 dice for me. Teamwork's still open.
All right, let me take a look here. I need to look at my own specialties. Actually, I'm not sure if my EMT or 10 surgeon stuff applies here. Do either of those proc at all?
EMT and what?
tent surgeon.
Not tent surgeon, but EMT.
Anybody want to give a teamwork?
Sure. Or let me double. I might have because you're using medic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do have a medicine. If someone else has a teamwork.
I'm getting 3 from
Yeah, I'll bring
Dr.
medicine.
Hex for medicine, so teamwork would be better.
Okay.
Yep,
Teamwork.
I'm giving 3 medicine right now, so 3 medicine with specialty. I find this acceptable.
This is acceptable. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that in.
Oh my.
And we're gonna use logic specifically. There we go.
Hot diggity. So, Dr. RGB,
Mm-hmm.
giving this guy a proper evaluation. This is pretty tough for a scout unit, actually, because you with a 10, you've identified the damage. This person has taken a concussive power armor strike to the side of the head, and all it did is apparently knock a few things loose.
So for those that have the radio signal on, you just hear, great, power armor. Brother, I need a screwdriver.
Not a good sign.
Yes, from this injury you can deduce that apparently the factory is still staffed with these protogens, and they are in combat with the Brotherhood of Steel. Potentially attritional combat.
Yay.
Good.
But if this is a scout unit, they might have a chance, but apparently, if they're also bringing out the power armor, the Brotherhood of Steel isn't taking this lightly either.
So if we continue forward, we're gonna run into the Brotherhood of Steel, it looks like.
Joy.
And they're actively sieging the place we're trying to get to.
By the
And
way,
apparently
yes.
the place full of people like me.
Yes, that
I
is
did
correct.
mention there was likelihood that there would be a potential remnants.
does this feel better, by the
Yeah.
way, friend? I just tightened these screws. It should hold your face level a little bit better.
With a bit of tinkering, the scan line will go away. Ah, vision optimal. Much better.
All right. So the question is, does this change our plans?
Well,
I
I
don't-
doubt anything would be helped by not going there. At best, it just remains in a stalemate, and both sides are distracted for a while. But that doesn't mean that we'd be any closer to fixing the generator.
Query. You are outsiders. Would it be possible for you to engage with the Brotherhood of Steel?
Not in a fight.
They
So we could
don't seem
talk with
intent
them.
on listening to us. We would like them to go away.
I don't think our group has anyone that the Brotherhood of Steel would listen to. But there are some solutions we can attempt to employ.
If you
Tell
can
me, do you
achieve,
have
if you can
have any locally working radios?
we do.
Well, if they don't physically see us, there has to be at least some of us that they'd maybe listen to a little bit. It'd certainly have a better shot than them seeing us directly.
I mean, if
Just for
I
your
have a good
information, the Brotherhood of Steel is also vaguely hostile to us as well.
Ah, unfortunate. They do seem generally aggressive, but we could not make assumptions due to lack of information.
Yeah. If I had a good excuse and, well, they didn't see that I'm half of precious technology, I could probably convince them a thing or two. Maybe.
Don't worry, Sprocket. You're likely not made of precious technology.
Oh no.
They only
Yeah,
care if it's
these
pre-war.
tubes came from the trash.
They are intent on exterminating us down to the last because we are non-human.
That sounds like them.
That, and also likely due to the fact that, well, your parts are very likely not actually pre-war. Maybe the designs, but not the parts. If it's after the war, they don't care.
What else did you need for us to get going? If they're attacking the thing, we're going to have to take our time getting in safely.
We have back routes that we can use that are not known to the Brotherhood of Steel, which is why I was able to exit for my reconnaissance and gathering.
Will make life easier. All right. What other gathering do you need?
I would prefer one, or I would like either glass, cloth, or wood. However, given that you are potentially able to assist us in our deadlock, I may be able to expedite this and cut the third category due to priority shifting.
Is everybody up for helping them try and convince the Brotherhood of Steel to just go away? Or possibly
Absolutely.
engage them?
Yep.
I am not opposed to it, but I have no idea how we could manage that. I think out of all of us, Isel's probably the only one that has a chance to speak to them.
I do.
That is also why I asked about the radio. If they don't see us, they might get tricked easier.
We also have a functioning intercom system. You could broadcast
work.
your voice.
Well, as long as we have a path out, it might be worth the try. Not like we have too much other choice when it comes to the generator back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sprocket, what was your friend's name again?
Bertold, he said. Right, Bertold?
It was Bertold.
All right, Bertold, it sounds like you have some assistance.
All right,
And if
so
he
I
needs,
guess we're going to be making survival checks for that.
Yep.
Not
Or
quite.
you could insist and encourage on the shifting or shifting of priority orders.
would you be fine with using appraisal for searching for good pieces of scrap? Because I do have a specialty, specifically a needle from a haystack in appraisal.
Returned.
That's acceptable.
Idelling's just resubscribed for 35 months. Yot Steppies Yot Nuzzle Razimalovs.
Ido. Thanks, Ido. You've made it so Geeman can't talk for 15 minutes.
Oh, well.
I am offering a
But
teamwork
thank you
to
for the
this round.
res.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the resub at tier 2 and your 35 months of support. Pepetto good boy.
Ido, good boy.
Ido Fluffy.
So true.
Well, for survival, I have 2 dots for that.
Yeah, for Sprocket, since he's searching for something, it would be a total of 6 dots for him with his specialty applied.
So take 2.
Like,
Go ahead.
oh. So who's actually making the rolls?
It sounds like Sprocket is at this point, because Venro can give him 2, somebody else can give him a teamwork, and he's got a bunch of dice. And a specialty. So probably Sprocket.
Yep. Yeah, appraisal's at 3 plus a specialty. Can't find a reason to use soul, so it'll be body, so it's 1 point lower, but I think 6 at base is okay. Brings it to 8 with Venro, and then 9 with Teamies.
Sounds about right.
Yippee, let's Beyblade. And then I'm gonna body that just to expedite the process. Okay, brings it up to 5.
Alrighty then. Now you come across something very interesting, actually. Because in searching for things, you are finding shards of glass.
Here we go.
And following more, you will discover a phone booth with only 2 of the walls still standing.
So a phone arch.
Yes. But the phone is still there.
Dr. Hicks, you think you could salvage that for some of the radio parts you wanted?
There is a possibility for it.
And on the other hand, Bertolt, I think that'll be plenty of glass for you. I can keep it in my pockets if you need.
You are correct. Does anyone want to appraise the phone booth?
Sure.
Sure.
Isel's curious.
If other people want to go ahead, yeah, sure. I'm better at the whole fixing part, not the whole actually appraising it part.
I don't have appraisal, so all I can do is give somebody a teamwork.
And is this more of like a historical appraisal more than searching for things bodily? No, it'll just be body. Yeah. No. I guess actually it'll just be a repeat of the same roll since I'm swapping from body to soul, and then but I lose the mastery. All right. Let's see what the hell this booth's about. Stinky, stinky, stinky. Anybody want to offer anything for that? I don't want to go through 2 of my 3 dice right off the bat this session.
This one's appraisal.
Yep.
I'll soul the 1.
Go away, D20. I did not choose you. I did, but it was a misclick.
Yeah, you can actually disable those in the top right if you want.
Oh,
Yeah, in your settings you can disable it.
neat. I will look at that after finishing the roll. This becomes plus 5. Well, unfortunate. It is a very stubborn one, it seems.
I think the only other person that can help is Lucienda.
Yeah, I can burn a soul for that.
All right, let's try again.
One more time.
Hey, bumped it up to a 5. There we go. 5 in total for appraisal. Ninja.
He may have been kidnapped.
Not the neighbors.
Rip Ninja.
Also, congratulations on the Dragon Fruit Mountain Dew. Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, you can taste the artificial sugar in it really strongly. And no Mountain Dew flavor.
Damn.
Yes. It's one of those things I pretend to like now. Because I spent money getting it here.
That's fair. Have you had the cream soda Mountain Dew? The dirty Mountain Dew, as they're calling it?
I don't like cream soda, so no.
Ah, that's fair. It's really tasty and actually has an aftertaste of Mountain Dew. It's like somebody spit Mountain Dew into your cream soda, and it's amazing.
Those were
Well, I
a choice of
was
words.
interested up until the last
I was about to
part
say, I
there.
think you just kind of killed it.
What I mean is that it is cream soda first, and then as it finishes, you get the Mountain Dew notes. It's a really interesting experience.
We understand that. It's just your choice of words there was
I return. Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Enja.
Okay. So people are checking out the phone booth.
Yep. 5 and
Yep,
appraisal.
5 and appraisal.
Oh, okay. Well. It's functional. as you pick up the phone and investigating other and around it, there's some pre-war money.
I think this thing's working. There's some coins. Should we, as they say, fuck around and find out?
Who would you call?
Who are you even going to call?
I don't know. I haven't seen one
Lagunian?
of these working before. I thought you just put a coin in and then things happened.
It's a phone. Who are you going to contact?
Ghostbusters!
You see, this device back before the war, what you would do is put a coin in and dial a number that belonged to an individual. And then their phone would ring.
Hey, would you look at that? We do know a phone number.
Do we really want to call the Goonian?
I'm glad my name stuck.
Yeah, I mean, the Goonian's the
Well-
one number we know.
Also, I mean, if worse comes to worse, we set them on the Brotherhood, and that could be a solution to the problem.
How do you intend to pay them?
Fenro just shrugs.
Brother, do you remember whether or not we can have phones installed in ourselves?
Thinking about it, I think it's possible. At the very least, I'm pretty sure I can adapt something in order to give us a secure line.
Just remember that when you're dialing on your synth, to dial softly.
Before we rip it apart, can we try it just once?
I don't know, though. I mean, we could call them and see if they'd take the offer of all the loot off of the Brotherhood. I mean, after all, power armor's pretty valuable.
Out of character, this is one of those stupid plans that's so stupid that me as an ST goes, I would let it happen. And I'm disappointed in myself because that thought hit my head.
Unironically, I was thinking the same thing. As soon as we got a phone booth, are we all running the same brain cell?
You know, it's one of those lovely situations where it's so stupid it just might work.
Backfires and you're stuck between two armies.
Through the radio line, you hear RGB or Hex go, are we really going to let them do this?
Well, I don't particularly think it's a good idea. But also, I don't. If they want to try doing this, and they accept the risks of doing this, after having thought it through, then. Well, that's because kind of the quality of group we're going to be dealing with now. So if you want to attempt to dissuade them, go ahead.
I'm not going to attempt. You don't think they're still on our radio channel, do you?
Yes, we are. We can hear everything that you're talking.
You kind of invited us here.
Yeah.
Oops.
Is this what you call a mindscape?
No.
No.
I don't think you'd want to be in our heads. You're only listening to one channel.
I mean, they seem kind of spacious. The pan barely covered one of them.
We're going to stick a pin in that conversation. Lucienda, Eisel, either of you have opinion on whether or not you want to call he motions at the phone the Goon Squad or whatever they were called.
Well, frankly, it's without any more information of what's at the factory on the side against the Brotherhood of Steel. Probably our best bet, but I doubt we can afford their rates.
Eisel.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
It's true.
Well, have fun.
I mean, you'll never know until you call.
Maybe the angle is less hiring them and more tipping them off to some mischief. They seem to be kind of the type to sow chaosy things from the advertisement we heard. And offer dental.
You all have fun with this call. Let us know when you're done. I have a feeling we're disassembling a phone for ourselves. I hope you guys don't mind.
As long as you install this dial at sprocket height, I think it'll be fine.
I'm not going to make that joke out loud. That almost came out.
Oh no.
Incredible.
It is so hard to mute yourself sometimes when it's just right there.
I need
Really
to hear
is.
the joke. I was thinking like on the thigh or the tail.
Oh no, Sprocket's the perfect height for something.
Oh no!
So if you want something that's a dial at Sprocket height,
Yeah.
well, do I have a deal for
Sprocket
you?
Sprocket is officially not a kobold. He's at the perfect height.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ace.
Look, I don't care what your sexuality is. You open a door like that.
Maybe I get myself into too innocent of a headspace with Sprocket because I wasn't even in that ballpark, and this is like the third time I've done it. I'm loving it.
It's called the Sprocket Space.
I'm actively losing brain cells as I play this character, and it's great.
God damn.
I'll deal with that in a moment.
Okay, well, Venro, you have the most mercenary type voice, so you might want to talk, but I'm so gonna dial the number.
I
Oh.
What are you going
Sorry,
about?
Venro. Nothing. Completely unrelated information. Go on, Venro.
I'm going to assume that you have been sent art.
I cannot confirm or deny this.
A timely reappearance. The dungeon awaits.
As long as you remember who you
Fox
belong
Fiend
to.
just resubscribed for 44 months.
Of course I do.
Good. Foxy, thank you for that resub and your 44 months of support.
Hey, Fox.
Well, I'm not entirely certain if I should be offended by that or not. But, very well.
Rocket is going to very excitedly put in the coin, think for a moment, and then do the rotary dialing thing on the phone arch.
Benro's holding the, handset. So, I don't know. Is
Is
it ringing, Enja?
It is. It rings and rings, and then someone will pick up. Hi, welcome to NME, where your ambitions meet our personnel. How can we help you?
Yes. We were, well, we're over at this factory and dealing with some issues with the Brotherhood of Steel. We're
Oh,
wondering what services you may have for this.
well, here at NME, we generally offer a either batch or individual selection of monsters, minions, or both. Do you want us to fight the Brotherhood of Steel wholesale, or are you looking for more of a specialist unit?
Hmm.
More drive them away.
Let's see. As you're going to start hearing some papers off to the side. The Brotherhood of Steel. Ooh, nasty bunch. Drive them away. That'll take a lot of force. Can I get more details in the situation?
So, just to recap out of character, they are attacking this place, wanting to get in and kill everybody inside.
Yes.
Yep.
And considering that the factory is still staffed, the factory is probably still functional.
I don't know if he wants to mention that. Wouldn't do to have, the Brotherhood get chased off only to have them now be like, okay, so now we want this place.
Fair.
Why oh why the old lady swallowed the fly, and so on and so on.
Well, it is. They are attempting to get into the factory to destroy everyone inside.
Ooh, a hostage rescue. Okay. Let's see who's available. Oh, and while I'm searching for this, if you'd like, we offer hirelings too. Your own companion to wander the wastes with you.
Taking the leadership feat was never easier. Or I guess the companion's primeval feature.
Well, if they're minions, then leadership would be the better route.
Les mignons.
Le mignon.
Les
Instead of
mignons.
filet mignon, le mignon.
Tasty.
Does that mean the minions are edible?
Potentially. You'd have to acquire one.
So what you telling him, Venro?
Okay.
Oh, I was just
So,
waiting for more.
great news. Depending on how quickly you want them to be here. Rates will vary.
Give me one moment. And he's gonna, put his hand over the receiver. And so what was the guy's name? Bertrude?
Bertold, I
Bertold?
think it was. Bertold.
Insert name here. What sort of things do you guys have to offer for payment?
Oh, right. Let me check your region. Let's see. Yes,
Oh, no.
cash is still
He
decent.
had a hand over the
Oh, right.
receiver. He was asking.
He's
Bertold, like,
asking.
Bertold.
yeah. Yeah, that's who
We
I was
have
asking.
we have things to barter with. However, we do have cash, but if specific things are required, we could start printing them en masse.
What sort of things do you produce at the factory?
Electrical components, for the most part, and things for large equipment maintenance, replacement parts, and the sort.
And, how much cash do you have in particular?
I was not kept. I was not in charge of managing that, so I cannot say for certain.
Understood. He's gonna get back on the phone.
Was this pre-war cash?
Yes.
Oh. Do you take pre-war cash?
Pre-war cash is acceptable.
Excellent. He's giving a thumbs up to everyone. So, what are we talking about for this?
Very well then. So, if you wish, we can expedite them, and they will be at your location in 10 hours. Question: do you care about collateral damage?
To the
Nods
factory
enthusiastically.
itself, yes, we do. Outside the factory, we don't care.
Okay. We will withhold on the artillery strikes then.
Well, this
Okay.
union is loaded.
I mean, they're a union. They probably get all sorts of things from all the evil villains across the wastes. There's enough of them.
Yeah. Like, imagine if they ever got any Enclave contracts ever for any reason. Like, just imagine the kind of shit they would get from even one of those.
Union services are now available in your area.
You want the shells of aerosolized FEV? Interesting. Oh well.
Are there any other concerns that we should be aware of?
Out of character, something is telling me that the answer to that question is yes, but I can't think of it.
Well, I can think of something, but you know,
I'm right.
I'm just gonna say, like, I'm just gonna say, out of character, we haven't told them what the allies that we're attempting to protect look like.
Ah,
We
correct.
only told them to fight the Brotherhood of Steel, not anything about the people that live inside the factory that they're supposed to save, rescue. or protect.
Yes, okay. They did. Okay, Lucinda's gonna. I would say snap her fingers, but that doesn't quite work with her biology. So she's gonna clack two claws together and be like, we should probably let them know what the hostages look like.
And the fact that they're engaged with the enemy.
He will not. Also, so the ones that you are attempting to save are kind of, well, are you familiar? They are called protogens, right? In
What are
Melbourne.
protogens?
Protogens.
Protogens?
Yes.
Well, they are protogens.
Oh, that's rare.
You see why we don't want them all destroyed.
Yep, perfectly understandable. So, question. Do you want them destroyed, driven off, or potentially defeatable with a pincer attack? She's basically asking large, medium, or small squad.
As well as payment.
Let's, well, I know they've got money. I don't know how much. So let's go with the, cheaper option.
Potentially driven off with a pincer attack, or perhaps spooked? In that case, we may have just the personnel you need. Would you be interested in the Sandmen?
What do they entail?
Anonymous beings comprised entirely of sand who will arrive in a sandstorm, muddled vision, and then attack with repeated kinetic force and infiltrating technology to break and shred everything with a thorough sandstorm. And should kinetic force be required, they will materialize as large physical entities and bury opponents alive with their forms if they cannot be crushed.
That sounds pretty good.
Out of character, you might want to describe us now too, because I don't want to be filled with sand.
Well, that's if we're fucking going anywhere to do the actual battle.
You know, that sounds great.
With a small squad, however, they will not be able to maintain their presence for more than 2 hours.
Well, we are looking for them to be driven off more permanently.
Oh. Becca's gonna like motion for covering of the speaker.
One moment. He'll cover it up.
Well, if they're scared by them, then the radio plan would work after. They get spooked. We call for what do they call it? Parsley, and then no parlay. We say, look, the main squad's going to come after that if you guys don't leave, and then hopefully that'll scare them off.
I don't know. They do tend to be a little fanatical.
I do believe that.
I don't really trust the Brotherhood of Steel to make smart decisions.
Which means we probably should go the route of total annihilation.
Well, if you destroy one group, they'll likely just come back with another.
You have to make a grand showing, at least let a couple survive, unfortunately. I get the feeling. It's that whole we have overwhelming power, you can't deal with us kind of thing.
At the very least, it would give us more time while they potentially try and build up a force against what they think we have.
It would also give time for the protogens to make a better defense.
Yeah.
I'm sure with time they can probably get some amusing levels of defense.
We can share the Goonion's phone number with them if they want to hire services again, too.
We introduced inflation to pre-award money.
Well, they sound good and should actually be very useful against the Brotherhood with their armor and all that.
Enja?
How
All right then.
how
When would
far?
you-
I was going to
Yes.
ask, how far away are we from the factory right now?
With the route that Bertoldus has informed you exists, you will be entering the factory through a service entrance under the ground, and it's about 4 hours marching.
Okay, so we would need to give them the location of the factory then, because the sand guys would only be here for 2 hours. Would only be there for 2 hours.
Yeah, it'll take them 10 hours to get here, and they'll only be there for 2 hours.
So hours 10 through 12 is when things happen.
Yep.
Well, Venro will give the, location, coordinates, and all that.
All right. They'll be here in 10 hours, which means that you'll be sitting there for 6 hours, or until a random sandstorm appears in the wasteland.
On the plus side, at least, yeah, they will be recognizable when they show up.
Yes.
Venro is also giving our description.
One brute, one giant gator, one death claw, 2 synths, and a night stalker.
As designated as friendlies.
It's gonna be really funny because we're gonna sound like an eclectic Goonian squad ourselves.
Yep.
We're hiring.
Goonian
What a
2
coincidence.
electric.
How are we?
Sorry, I said in the Sprocket's voice. That was meant to be the phone person's voice.
It was just a joke about hearing what our party composition is and just going, "Oh, you'd be a perfect fit. We're hiring."
Yep.
And ME would love to have you.
Well, perhaps we can arrange an exchange of services then.
Oh.
After this particular situation is dealt with.
Very well then. We will be looking forward to making contact with you again.
All right, see you soon. Or
Have
the
a
Sandman.
wonderful day.
And he's hanging up. So, yeah, 10 hours. Let's get over there, see what the situation is, and pray.
I do believe they wanted this glass. Should we take down the panels before we turn to our friend?
Yeah.
Oh, Bertolt has been
Sounds good to me.
collecting all the remaining glass, and he has a sufficient amount now. Third criteria has been met.
Never mind, I guess we shall get going. Oh, did
Wonderful.
we want to disassemble the phone now, brother?
Absolutely. I've been thinking up ideas for how to maintain a secure connection, and having something that is at least different will certainly help with that.
All right, I'll let you take the lead.
All right. Can I roll a craft check in order to disassemble this?
Yes, that makes sense to me.
Take 3 dice, because I doubt my surgery specialty applies here.
It does not.
Would my engineering or robotics specialties proc?
Engineering, yes. Robotics, no.
All right. So it was 3 dice from you. It was 1, 2, 3. Anyone else feel like helping? With teamwork?
Full.
Teamwork.
Yeah, I was like, I can add teamwork.
Well, ended up being average anyway. There you go. 6.
All right, you can disassemble the phone booth. I mean, the parts aren't in great condition, but they are functional. There's weather damage.
Well, yeah, it's just been kind of like sitting out here. But it ain't like he's planning on just putting this in 1-to-1 anyway. He can fix it up.
I guess we're off then. We got what we needed.
That sounds like a plan to me.
To the factory we go.
It's just
We're off to see the protogens.
protogens.
The protogens of the factory.
All right. And yes. There's a service entrance that he'll basically unearth slightly, pulling up a metal hatch that will lead to a tunnel.
Well, that's nifty.
Very useful.
We would have found that on our own. So, Bertold, while we're going through this dark, dank tunnel, so the other janitorial ones, do they speak like you? Do they speak like me?
Oh, no. You seem to have deviated. I would need more information on you to diagnose what is wrong. No, most of us speak like this. It is our standard. Perhaps you have been damaged in some fashion?
We've
Or
been
perhaps
damaged a
you
good
were...
number of times.
Potentially then.
But I also fixed those damages, so I've always been like this, as far as I know. Um, okay, so get used to um that. Okay, well, lead the way, please.
Well, sometimes things simply change over time. Perhaps you have just changed and have gained a new default?
Possibly, though I've maybe never had a default. Like I said, I've never met anybody like me before, and I definitely didn't have any ingrained rules or hierarchy in my mind. Just kind of know I can eat a lot of weird stuff.
Speaking of stuff like that, what other types of you guys are there?
Oh,
Y-
there are some for many roles. Is there one in particular that you were searching for?
Oh, just curious.
Ah, were you worried about our population, perhaps?
No, just more curious, what sort of types you guys are like. Like you said you were a scout and he was a janitor?
Correct.
Population. I mean, how exactly are protogens made? Because I kind of just remember waking up as myself like this.
Apologies, my mother found a bug. So I had to go rescue
no.
it.
Okay.
You'd
Rescue
be a
it,
good
not
ending.
her.
All right, where were we? What was the last question?
How is Proot Proot formed? Like, how are they made, created, born?
That depends on the generation.
Assuming, like, is there like
Well,
an
well, the
expiration
origin
date printed on us?
there is not. However, we were intended as a new species that that would slot into roles easily and and remain generally servile. However, we were then left unsupervised and no one has come. So we we, we simply continued function and decided that we did not need to wait for them to come back.
Well,
After
then,
all, we knew all of our functions quite well enough to maintain operation.
that's sufficient. From being
The
made
first
to
the first generation were artificially made. However, future generations were made via conception.
Well, that explains a question I've had in my mind for a long time. Is there any signs that differentiate the old versus the new ones? And I'm not even going to think about the visors as part of the whole conception process. I feel like those are attached later.
The administrator unit would have that information. After all, it is the duty of the administrators to maintain populations.
I'm learning far more today than I bargained for. Oh boy. Wow.
You do not have an administrator unit?
I don't have any other units. I kind of just act as my own person, for better or
Yes,
for worse.
correct. You had mentioned this. Pardon me.
It's okay. I think this is as weird for you as it is for me.
Do your other associates have queries?
I do, but they would mostly be best left to your administrator unit.
Motions to his
Understandable.
brother.
I mean, I'm mostly curious about the diversity of roles that you guys have. So,
Yeah.
Well, while we do have our specializations, if one has no tasks to do within their given role, they are allowed to delegate to other tasks. Tasks can also fall into primary divisions and then subdivisions. I am a scout with the current subdivision assignment of gatherer.
okay. And I'm assuming, so are janitorial units simply for waste disposal, or do they also, like, stay clean or organize, or how specific is that role?
Those tasks do fall under that domain. However, they are also recycling units.
Okay.
Before you ask, Lucinda, I don't think I've ever recycled anything. It just kind of stays in me. No metal cubes coming out of me or anything like that.
Maybe we haven't shaken you hard enough yet.
Your recycling functions may have degraded, but at least you are recycling materials into energy for yourself.
Very much so.
Isel's gonna suddenly like look to Sprocket for a second, and then just look away.
What, Isel? Did you have something to say?
No. Nope.
Right. Well, good to know that my bodily functions work, but also not perfectly. Question then. Are your parts interchangeable as a scout, or is that like a janitorial thing?
I would have to inquire that. I do not know everything about janitorial units. However, they are one of the units that do have replaceable parts, as you are meant to potentially take their parts off of them and let them regenerate said parts in case of emergencies.
Congratulations, Sprocket. You're made out of others of your own kind.
Oh, I interpreted that more as
They're
we're
farmed
born
as
to
a
be
resource.
organ donors.
Yeah, that was what I heard as well.
Potentially, they are the emergency spare parts. However, they are also the ones that can regrow that due to them eating all the requisite materials to then reconstruct said parts.
Maybe I should. Well, that would make sense that I can't regrow my eyes because there's no glass to eat in the city since it's so sacred. What does glass taste like? I'm curious now.
You can eat things for later usage. We have collected some glass. I am technically above my quota.
Quite tempted. I wonder if it'll be like a mutato chip.
He seems to be he seems to be waiting for a yes or no prompt, as
Yes,
he's
absolutely.
quite sure what
Yes.
to make. Ah, very
Yeah,
well.
I'll take a piece of glass if you've got one to spare.
He is above his requirement, so he will be taking a piece of glass for you and handing it over.
Sprocket grabs it and looks at just over like one does an especially salted doubled over potato chip.
Ooh, delightful.
And then he just opens his mouth.
All eating glass because because that is forbidden in the glass city.
Exactly. And that's why he is excited to eat the glass. He pops in like a potato chip, and everybody is treated to the worst crunching noise ever.
V, please close your mouth while you chew.
Closed.
You're going to get glass shards shooting out of your mouth if you keep trying to talk with your mouth full. Stop.
He would know.
Sprocket continues chewing.
Manners exist for a reason, Sprocket.
He
Lucinda
continues
sounds
chewing.
rather more annoyed than usual.
Got it.
Then
If serving metal, Isil's gonna write a note in his pip boy. If serving metal to Sprocket, make sure it is cut up first to prevent long, loud chewing noises.
and Sprocket enjoys his glass chip and goes,
Well, good news. No mouth bleeding. Better news. That tasted amazing. Oh my god. Okay. So, you know how like when you haven't had meat in a long time, you kind of want to eat like frozen water?
It's
I just
true. You felt like
realized-
you have satiated a deep craving of yours.
A craving so deep I didn't even know I had it until I just got satiated. Oh no, I'm gonna need to find more glass in the future. But hey, maybe I don't need to find light bulbs so often if they grow back, supposedly. That concept still slightly concerns me. But yeah, glass devoured. Yippee. Also, sorry, Lucinda, I was kind of excited and nobody got cut, right?
Thankfully, no.
In a pinch, silicia sand. might also be sufficient, but it will take more energy to process.
In a big glass of water.
Isil's gonna. You said silica sand?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, most
Silica
glass is
sand,
made out
yes.
of silica sand. Because glass is just silica.
Isil's gonna write in his Hit Boy under the sprocket category, silica sand plus water for sprocket.
He's starting to sound more and more like us, Hex. Should we be concerned?
Ooh, if I ate enough copper, I wonder if I could dye my light bulbs blue.
I think there's other things to be concerned about as far as he's concerned.
I also don't know if Tal's there or not.
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
It's just that Hex doesn't really have too much of an opinion about this yet.
It is kind of a gross gray area between you two. Too biological to be mechanical, yet too mechanical to be biological.
Well, he also hasn't seen any other supposed janitor units and what they're supposed to be doing, and comparing that to what Sprocket does to know if, for instance, Sprocket is indeed supposed to be a janitor unit and all of this is fine, or if he just got spare parts at one point for a janitor unit, so now everyone thinks he is, and he's actually fucking himself up. He doesn't know which is which, so he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna deal with this later.
Turns out
I will say
Sprocket is actually is actually one of the administrator units.
well,
Seems a
It's
bit
one of
short
the
for
old
that.
administrator units that
Oh
just,
my
like,
god, you're the
got
administrator
pension.
unit, but you didn't make more.
well, you
And then
see,
so
no,
he
You
just ended
fucked up
constantly-
immediately.
you do realize this
Yeah.
just makes me think that they're ant colonies, right? And just one reproduces. That's a picture I got in my head now. Thanks, y'all.
Maybe they have a very long tail like yours that little small proots crawl out of when it's time for more to replenish the lines.
I don't know how to feel about
Or,
that.
or he's the administrative janitor.
The one janitor to rule them all.
Yes.
Yep.
No, I'm just thinking about this one random ass game that I play that features multiple assassins, but the most egregious assassin being someone who just walks around as a janitor.
If it works, man.
Yeah.
Janitors get everywhere and nobody suspects them of anything.
They get the perk of wearing headphones to the job.
The worst part is that his name is Luke, and he is a part of Double L. So he literally cleans up and hands people L's. And that's the joke
LNL.
with him.
Beautiful. He is the cleaner and the cleaner.
Yes.
Oh boy, Sprocket.
Look, the fact that I'm not bleeding from eating a piece of glass should be indication enough that the refining systems work, you know? I chewed very thoroughly.
If you're bleeding internally.
I also
I'm
do
gonna
not
forget.
trust that your body has properly registered pain sensors.
I can assure you it does. I feel pain very clearly and explicitly. Please do not test that as a hypothesis. Just trust me on that one. If you're going to trust me on anything I say, do not test the pain receptors.
I am still not going to just accept this. I'm going to make sure to verify this.
As long as it's like a pinch or something.
I'm not worried about your external pain receptors. I'm worried about your internal ones. In case the glass has indeed cut you and you're not aware of it.
Oh, I've gotten tummy aches before. They suck.
Are there
I'm-
objects you've had
I am not
difficulty
going to
processing?
spend the time. I'm not going to spend the time explaining that.
What did you say, Enja?
Are there materials you've had difficulty processing?
Materials, no, but
You haven't drank acidic solutions, have you?
well, one's fit for person consumption, yes. Very, very acidic, no. The tummy ache came from when I first discovered what mold was. I thought it was just really hairy food. Turns out the food had already been eaten by other organisms.
Mold is not a good thing.
That does seem difficult to process.
Oh, it didn't get to the processing part. A wall learned a new series of colors that day.
Rejection is also an acceptable solution.
Oh, I think I recognize. Wait, no. But yeah, so there's janitors, there's scouts, there's the administrator. I imagine there's cooks and manufacturers and so many other jobs that can be done. So are there like big beefy guys like me, like, not this short and much broader?
Are there other things you have had difficulty with?
Well, no, I mean, like, because you and I are similarly shaped and sized. And you mentioned the administrator's large, so I wonder if there's like a medium-sized protogen model, large models, like just mentally preparing myself for what I'll be seeing once we're out of this tunnel.
Oh, security units are also above average size.
There we go. Okay. And let me guess, their color is red.
You are correct.
Boom.
Care units are designated as blue.
Oh, I thought they'd be rainbow colored. Sprocket looks like Dr. RGB.
Excuse me.
Well, I kind of thought, medical robotic types would be colorful, like how you have yourself set up. Wrong assumption, I suppose.
You do.
We chose our own colors. They were not assigned to us.
Right. I forgot the whole differentiating between the brain cell brothers. My bad. And then the administrator, what's their color?
The administrator is a white unit.
Okay. So colorless. Or all colors simultaneously.
He seems to be thinking on that one. He is having a difficult time choosing. Is the administrator colorless or all colors?
I mean, Hex could answer that. He just doesn't really. He doesn't really see a reason to right now.
Yep.
If you give them enough time, they
told
might come up
no.
with an answer themselves.
Yep. And if it's the wrong
So-
one, then maybe.
They are not to do any role that is not their primary one, as it is as they are as 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 they have important duties of their station.
Hey, if we're ever in a pinch, I think we can just yell a paradox at them.
He seems confused at this subject change.
Just thinking out loud. I think the answer is all colors at once.
Oh. Okay.
So,
Does anyone else
What
have
col-
other questions, or shall we reach the end of the tunnel?
Again,
Well,
Hex
Isol's
is
gonna-
mostly saying good.
Isol's gonna ask him real quick. So, what color are the cook units?
Those are care units. That is a sub task assigned under the care units.
Oh, okay.
Ah, I understand. I have not mentioned every role. Worker units are yellow.
Does that ever get confusing with the more orange for janitors?
Not in particular. We can tell each other apart quite easily, even at distance.
Are more meant at differing light conditions, but very well.
We're to
Curious.
provide our own light.
What about green?
Yes,
We
the
also-
colors tend to change if you go outside.
Ah, no. We also have scan features. We do not purely rely on the visual spectrum.
That would make things easier, yes.
Information units are purple.
We're so close. Are there any indigo units?
There are not.
Darn. So close to the rainbow.
It would not be improbable for us to modify our current colors as long as we stay in the spectrum.
Okay. I'm satisfied on questions until we get to the big ol' admin.
All right. And the group continues their long march down the tunnel until they reach another ladder leading upwards. He will climb without hesitation and open another hatch.
I see no
I'll
reason
go
not
climb
to
right up
follow.
behind him.
There are
Yeah.
3 red ones that seem to be positioned beside the entrance. that are indeed larger than Sprocket by maybe a whole 2 feet.
Oh, yeah, definitely on the larger side. Hi, hello, I'm Sprocket. Um, Nice to meet y'all. Can I finish climbing this ladder, or are you going to push me down?
We have been informed of you. Proceed. The administrator
right.
unit awaits.
Well, seems we, get special attention.
Ah, yes. Once we were in range. Once we were in range. I sent forward notice and updated them to the current situations. They are eager to meet you.
Well, that's
There's
good. I would
wireless
prefer to not be
communications.
standing outside where the Brotherhood could potentially see us for long. I don't know how far they've actually managed to get into here, just to be clear. I'm more going off the fact that you felt it was necessary to have security units here, which means that this is a potentially likely infiltration spot.
If it is discovered, it would be troublesome. And Bertold will guide you down many hallways. However, this is perhaps one of the cleanest non-city buildings you've seen. So far. You've only seen common corridors. However, there is quite the lot of security.
I mean, with the goings on, are you surprised?
There are a great many reds about.
I wonder
until you come upon a extremely large door. The administrator unit is through here. I have not been invited inside. Please proceed.
Just us. I thought I heard one of the
Good luck.
doctors say something.
Good luck on your scouting.
Of course, I have to go deposit gathered resources.
Have fun. It was nice meeting you, Bertold.
It was interesting meeting you too. Perhaps we shall do it again sometime. That is, I believe that was correct.
Yeah, it was. Well, bye.
And Bertold will leave. As you have access, as you have been invited inside the administrator unit's chamber.
So this is interesting. We all just walk in together here, yeah?
lead the way.
We could probably use some help with the door.
Does he actually need help with the door?
Said it was a
He
big
does-
door.
He does not. as upon approaching, the doors will slide open on their own. However, it seems that Bertold was wrong about something. That or maybe explaining information correctly.
Let me guess. The administrator is massive.
Correct. However, they were more Lucienda shaped, as in they did not have their primary bulk in a tail.
Ah, so they did a
So-
total mass conversion rather than height conversion.
Yep.
So about how big is it?
You are estimating somewhere around 40 feet.
Oh,
Ah, that's like 8 sprockets.
Does it look like Sprocket just supersized, or is it actually a different shape?
Well, for starters, this one is distinctly female.
Ah, so that's where most of the size comes from. Understood.
Second,
said it
it
was.
seems that no, it's not too terribly much like Sprocket at all, actually. As this one seems higher quality, so to say. With the entirety of the head being technological. Smooth, neat fur. A decently sized tail. And laying on its side.
So
Regarding
it's,
the
it,
lot
it's
of you. It is a
so it's
it is a
Break up.
full
Hold the
protogen.
line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Chaotic Calling, thank you very much for that raid. Hope you had a good time on your stream. You guys have come into our Fallout tabletop RPG campaign. Thank you so much for sharing your community with us. Hope you had a good time.
so like I'm just imagining like the Guinevere pose from Dark Souls 1.
You're
Yeah,
not
that's what I was
wrong.
imagining. That, but like somehow more like Ant Queen like.
I mean, I
No.
don't know the references, but I was imagining Paint Me Like One of Your French Girls.
Yeah, that's the Guinevere pose, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Here, let me go
okay.
find you a picture of large chest
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, large chest ahead. There it is. I put
Oh,
it in
you already
Fallout.
got it.
To note, that is an average sized human, like, kneeling down there.
Right, her.
There you go. Because that's like all I could think of when I heard a giant person, female, laying on side. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. It's Guinevere time.
Yeah, that's pretty correct, really.
You know, Bertolt's description was somehow very correct and very incorrect at the same time. And I can see how they're in charge of creating more beings.
I do believe what he meant to say there is hello, nice to meet you.
It is good to meet you as well. How were your travels?
Surprisingly quiet.
Understandable.
Yeah, but very nice to meet you. I'm Sprocket. Apparently, something similar to everybody here.
And you are named what exactly, administrative unit?
Interesting. It has been a long time since someone asked for my designation.
You do not get non-protogen visitors often?
Never.
Okay, so this is probably the first time then. Yeah, here's our crew. We have the doctors,
Look,
Hex and RGB.
I have no space for any more.
I do have a designation. It's just. Let me try this again. I am Lavinia.
Lavinia sounds positively charged. Lavinia, not Lavinia.
Lucinda will give a curtsy and greeting.
She will nod in Lucinda's direction.
All right, so you wanted to see us.
Correct. I wanted to hear from you.
You wanted to hear from
What do you have planned and what will be going on?
Oh, this is definitely for the rest of the party to answer. Have fun, guys.
I am informed that you have made a phone call and there is going to be an attack in roughly 6 hours. I can give you
That-
information on the current happenings and the timeline of events, if required.
That would all be very useful. But yes, we do have the attack coming to help defend.
It is
The
also
hope is. Ooh.
Oh, I was gonna say Lucinda is also going to pick up where Fiddler left off. It is also meant to be a pincer attack, so making them fight on two fronts to hopefully push them push the brother out.
So then ideally, I will be organizing a strike to attack in cooperation with this.
Yeah.
And they will expect pre-war money as payment. Bertold mentioned that that's printable here. Sorry to impose a fee, but it seemed like a reasonable solution at the time.
We hadn't needed to do it beforehand, but it is possible. We also have a stash. There were safes. We have never needed to open them as we had no use for it.
We call that saving for a rainy day.
We do still have the access.
Then, to be upfront about it, We came here assuming it was abandoned. We were planning on getting some spare parts for a generator that was likely manufactured here, at least in part, to go help repower the city up to the north. Or, yes, north.
What do you need?
Specifically missing a few key parts. The neutron rods, the coolant pump, and the control panel was basically scrapped. It could go boom pretty bad if it is left untouched for a long time.
Hmm. We could
Considering that this was a factory and that there was likely many different generators produced out of it, or parts in general, this is specifically referring to a multi-corporation effort between Poseidon Energy as well as others like Voltec. It was one of their collaborative efforts.
The control chip sounds manageable. I will need as many details as you can provide, however.
I think this is before we were patched into the brainwave, but I do recall that the Dr. Hex had gotten a pretty heavy detailed dump on what the parts were, no?
Yeah. Out of game, I was literally just considering methods in order to properly communicate that, like, expediently, but I'm pretty sure I could just kind of, like, narratively go that he'll just explain it to her.
Yes, that should be fun. Lavinia will be asking very pointed questions, and you will be able to answer them.
Also, the very novel experience of, oh hey, robotic being that is larger than us.
That is novel.
Yeah, this is an
Everything.
unusual circumstance. We're not used to being on the opposite end of this.
Looking up is weird at someone.
And it hurts your neck, doesn't it?
You're not supposed to keep your neck bent at that angle at a consistent rate. You're supposed to actually move occasionally.
It'd be kind of rude to look forward when talking with you two for reasons previously discussed, so I do try to look up the whole time.
Now, question. She will be giving you an offer. They could try and print that part now and basically send you on your way for your service, as you have done things for them. Or they could do it after the attack has been repelled. Or if the attackers have been sent away.
I think I would prefer the nuclear generator, not get a rush job part.
Agreed.
Yeah. And if something goes wrong with the nuclear reactor rush job part that we we can't exactly plan on coming back here if we're not sure it's okay.
Then are there other things that you might require of more personal value? You've said pre-war money, and I understand the designation, but what is the other currency then, the modern one, as I'm interpreting it?
Lucinda will pull out a handful of her caps.
Yeah, holds up a bottle cap.
What is this bed scrap?
Do you wish for a short explanation or a long explanation?
I wish to understand why people have defaulted to this.
Availability.
Are they so plentiful?
Surprisingly.
Considering we're still finding unopened bottles of this stuff, yeah.
What is
That,
this?
and there are various people that currently do not go by this. This is just a very widespread informal one.
Should we print this?
Out of
If you're
character?
going to be bartering with other factions or travelers, it would probably be handy to have at least a amount set aside.
To note, you would likely need to create correct branded bottle caps for that, as there are methods to detect if a bottle cap is counterfeit due to the specific engineering required for the bottle caps.
Lavinia seems very confused.
These aren't just bottle caps; they're Nuka-Cola bottle caps.
Well, actually, they're just about anything.
Well, the standard is Nuka-Cola bottle caps in particular. Especially considering that out of game. Sunset Sarsaparilla bottle caps are a specific thing over in the Mojave that are used alongside Nuka-Cola caps. And specifically in Fallout 4, there's also other ones that are allowed, such as beer, so long as they have similar crimp caps.
Like I said, just about any.
Okay, on the list is the biggest pop company, the second biggest pop company, which had a stranglehold on the West, and outside of that is a handful of different alcohols. Anything else is generally over hyper specifically localized. If you want to count that one Brotherhood of Steel one, for example, which isn't even canon anymore.
I think it's just more that anything that'd be like freshly machined and not associated with a brand wouldn't be valued.
Yeah.
This aluminum is too high quality and crisp. We don't trust it.
Lavinia is considering if she will not, in fact, try and print these bottle caps and might just make something to sell for large sums of bottle caps.
That would probably be the smarter decision.
Yeah, destroy the
If you
economy
are
while
gonna-
out of character.
Yeah, always use a good screw. Like, screws are amazing for selling.
Also, if you do want to get in contact with more merchants or caravans, it would probably do to check with them what sort of currencies they would accept, and then whichever would be the most expedient for you to produce is what you pay them in.
Apparently, fresh currency might make people suspect. Correct?
I tried that once, yeah. Didn't go down well.
At the very least, if you're attempting to do the caps currency, yes, that would likely not go very well. If you're attempting to create your own currency, that is a separate thing. Over in the West, the NCR sort of had their own newly created. They had it backed by gold for a while. They had dollars, but then they eventually went away from that when it was decided that continuing to attempt to try and find more gold was taking away from other more important ventures. So then they just made it so the dollar was just worth whatever it was.
Yeah, Tandy Bucks.
Once the situation is resolved, we will be putting more thought into this venture.
If you have it, water is also often used for bartering and trade.
Water.
Specifically clean drinking water.
Oh. Do they not have do they not have filtration systems?
In many places, no.
You shouldn't tell anybody you have that, by the way. You'll have more than the Brotherhood of Steel at your heels.
Yes, do not spread around the information that you have readily available filters.
What if we sell filters?
Do not do that. What will happen is that various factions will see that you have filters as well as spare filters for sale and then attack you over it.
Difficult indeed. We can't sell anything too useful then.
Not directly.
At least without a surefire way of protecting yourself.
People like guns.
Ah. Yes. I can manufacture bullets for your armaments. That
And
should
that
serve
also
as
comes
as an
with the
early
bonus
payment.
of being able to protect yourself. You know, you make the arms and you can arm yourself before you then sell the arms.
We are
Now-
already armed and well stocked.
There you go.
No, I was extending the offer to you if you wouldn't care for more ammunition.
Lucinda will look at the two twins.
I could use more shotgun shells. I think I only have so many.
I have exactly 36 bullets right now.
Fenro's other job in the group casually being replaced.
I think this is a one-time stimulus package.
I was about to say, like, we sure as fuck aren't gonna be able to just keep coming back here to be like, hey, we spent some ammo, can we have some more?
Please, sir, can I have some more ammo?
Quite literally what went through my head immediately.
Mommy administrator, more bullets, please. Please. I need them.
Yeah, that sure was something that came out of Sprocket's.
No, that was an Oki creation. Sprocket doesn't even know what a mother is.
It was in
He's
Sprocket's
looking at
voice.
one right now.
He hasn't quite put two and two together of what that relationship would be.
Mommy.
You are not
That's
mine.
what
but I
that
will have
relationship
the
would be.
information.
Sorry, what?
Either
Anyway.
way, bullets would be very useful, but only to some of us in the group.
Okay, then. What can I do for the rest of you, then?
Yeah, unfortunately, I do not have the XP to invest into the shotgun that Fedro has, so
You can request shotgun bullets and then pick it up later.
Yeah, you
nah.
get the items now, you just can't technically use them yet. But like out of game, just so that way people are aware, if they're capable of manufacturing water filters, if you want like some survivalist gear or something, maybe you should go for that.
That is a great idea.
Yes.
The idea of a water filter does sound really nice.
Understandable. As apparently water is difficult outside of this location.
I'm trying to think of what Lucinda would.
What I could use, this is a bit of a weird one, is just good quality scrap. Well, I guess if it's good quality, it's not scrap. Screws, metal plates, specifically, what's the term for it? What's the term for it? Over tempered metal, the kind that tends to explode when force is applied to it. Those sorts of things.
An odd request, but I can probably manage something to the effect.
Wonderful. I need
So
to
you would
replenish
like
my
a supply of screws, then?
yeah, screws and generally useful scrap. Just higher quality stuff. I'm still cooking on what I want
Refined
to.
metals.
Yeah, enough of those, and I could make myself a weapon in both TF2 and in Fallout. Yeah, because I'm still deciding what to do with the laser focusing array, but better metals goes into that.
Weapons over and over, trying to get an unusual.
Oh no, you've discovered Sprocket's strategy. If there's a 5% chance I get a tier 3 weapon every time I make one, I'll just keep disassembling them and reassembling them and disassembling them and reassembling them.
You only get a 90% refund when you disassemble.
That's why I'm getting a surplus of scrap.
If he's got enough stuff, it doesn't matter. He'll get there eventually. Hmm. Part of me wants to ask for a knife.
I mean, not a difficult request considering their other capabilities.
Yup, which means they can probably make her a pretty good one.
Yes.
And then
the
I
question
can.
is, do you have the EXP for a good knife?
Not right now.
Understandable.
But
Then
it
you
would
can
be-
just request
for-
one
yeah.
and then stat it out later.
That would be the idea, yeah.
Yeah, Isel's probably gonna request a gun. Like a pistol.
Oh. Then yes.
Trying to think of.
Everyone else getting shiny new toys. Meanwhile, Fedro, a water filter.
I'll try to think of anything that Lucinda would particularly want or need.
mean, I feel like it wouldn't be impossible for Venor to be like, maybe I requested something a little too cheap.
I mean, a water filter out in the wastes is kind of a big deal.
It's kind of really good, actually.
It is.
It is. It's just not a fun new toy.
I'm only getting ammo. I'm not really getting anything new.
Those are toys.
No, the gun is a
Is
toy.
General Scrap and Screws, are those toys too?
It's Sprocket.
Yeah, okay, fine. Everything's a toy to Sprocket.
You give him a ball of fluff and he's going to be amused with it for hours.
Quite true. Yes, yes.
Even one of those squishy stress balls.
Like if you gave Sprocket one of those like fidget guns, where it's like a fidget toy, but it also has like the clicky click of the slide of a gun attached to it, I'm pretty sure he would starve to death.
He just it would have his attention literally forever.
Yep.
Sprocket with just beady eyes.
That or whenever it wears out, whichever happens first. That's so true, Ido. Everybody make sure to hydrate, or you will dihydrate.
Cheers.
Didn't know we were inflicting our audience with desiccated. Unfortunate.
Get wrecked, idiots.
Always desiccated, that's my secret.
That is actually what the Sandman will do.
Man, that's gonna suck to be those guys.
So, yeah, when we get back, Hex, make sure to, make a fidget toy.
Why do you think Sprocket keeps so many rocks in his pockets?
Sometimes you just don't ask questions, man. Sometimes you learn
That's
it's
fair.
better to not.
It's true.
Well, yeah, I can't think of anything right now, so we'll just go with the knife. And then we'll stat it out later when I actually have it.
Isel will probably also request some ammo to go with the gun too.
Of course, those who are receiving ammunition will be able to get 3 reloads of their for their guns.
Oh, that is. Question, Enja.
Yes.
Just because I'm not entirely sure, like of their capabilities here, would they be able to upgrade like my catalyst or vessel?
Would you like them to check it out for you?
I mean, sure. I'm not sure how well they can do magic-y nonsense.
Yeah, but they could probably give you some better materials for it, at least.
Yeah.
So
Loose.
you know, so she would pull out her feather duster and take off her headband and go, well, these I'm not sure how much you know about magic, but these help with my ability to both cast it and so on. I was wondering if you could think of any way to make them better.
Ah, yes, the anomalous activities. We have been encountering some of these before. However, it is mostly through these, as Lavinia will produce a piece of paper.
She blinks. I guess I roll a sagacity to tell if it's magical to listen to senses.
I believe that'd be phonemics.
Is
That's
that
the
phonemics?
knowledge one.
Yeah.
Sagacity is the actual like casting part.
I'm still trying to remember which is which off the top of my head.
That's fair. Even sometimes I will say the wrong one, so you know. And I wrote the bitch.
Okay.
To be fair, I wrote the skills, so that's understandable. You just wrote everything else about it.
That's like, okay, yeah, some of the names were provided, but I did everything else. But that does mean that every time one of the fucking words like popped up in anything, I had to be the one to write it. So like I've written it enough. I should know it.
So, should I roll for that just to see if Lucinda can, I don't know, recognize it, understand what it is?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. This would be mine?
And Angelic, can Isol try and roll an appraisal to see if it's similar to the anomalous notes he and RGB found?
Of course you may.
Generally, stuff relating to magic will go off of whatever your spellcasting stat is.
Oh, okay, so it'd be willpower?
By base, unless you buy one of the feats that lets you use a different thing.
Oh, no, I've gone with willpower.
That's fair.
Okay. In which case, that is... Four... 7. Come on, you... No.
Oh,
There... Okay. 7. Oop. Okay.
Oof. Can you give Isol some of your luck?
This is the only time I've had luck in like 3 weeks. What do you want from me?
I was about to say this is the result of Viv storing up like luck for the past few weeks. Apparently,
Yes.
he ain't giving this shit out to anyone.
Fair.
All right. It smiled, but that paper is magic.
Huh. Magic paper. Do I have any clue of what it might be, or
You do.
ooh,
As this paper is inscribed with message. However, repeating message. In so that the contents of the paper can be changed.
That's an Etch-a-Sketch.
So basically, this is a permanent message receptacle.
or a sender maybe?
Well, it depends on which version of message. Because if it's a burnt message one, then you can both send and receive.
And if it's not burnt, it's just sending, right?
Yeah,
Yep, one way.
it's one way.
But one way is sometimes good enough.
Correct. Well, I'll be. At the very least, I'm assuming that sends out to allows you to talk to people that are not nearby. repeatedly, even. That's pretty impressive.
The origin point is unknown. It continues to request minor tasks be done, and then, upon completing these, we get interesting or unusual things that end up being useful once we decipher their usage. We've been trying to use these objects to learn this anomalous craft.
Huh.
We've had some success. There is a logic to follow. However, if you could provide more general instructions, we would be grateful and be of inclination to assist you in your. What are those?
Well, this is a this. She holds up her feather duster. Outside of just being a feather duster, this is what's called a vessel. It is used to store magical. Well, we call them motes, but essentially units of power for magic.
Magic.
Yes.
And the other part?
This has magic is separated into words that do certain things once you have learned the word. This has protection on it, meaning it allows me to, protect people against, say, damage at least a little bit. It's not very strong, but
Yes. You will be staying here. I will be learning more of this magic, and the rest of you, please accept an escort to the various foundries while your rewards are printed.
cool. Lucinda has become a tutor. This is
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go on.
I was just gonna say this is in line with how maids operate.
Beautiful. Sorry, if I may ask just one or two questions before we head out.
Proceed.
I was told by Bertolt, the scout unit, I'm supposedly a janitorial unit from someplace else. I've never really encountered someone else of my kind, so do you have a way of telling that information?
Approach.
Sprocket walks towards.
As they will place one clawed finger upon your visor and make a motion downwards as for a moment you blue screen.
Those tubes just turn right off.
Interesting. Very interesting. They will swipe upwards and you return to life effectively.
Oh, hi. Okay. Didn't know I had an off button. Did that do anything?
I have some news. I can't tell if it's good or bad. I suppose it'll be depending on how you take it.
Any news is news.
Well, by all technicality, you are one of the oldest.
I
You
I need a moment. Go, yeah? Please say
you're
more.
you're part of the beta generation.
Hmm. Yes, I just learned I was supposed to be a janitor. What's the beta generation? How old's that?
They didn't have it right the first time. The first generation was for when they were confident and decided to conclude the project, so to say. You were the testing generation.
Oh, that explains me lacking certain features, like the scanner and stuff. So, well, I mean, I've been awake for like 20-ish years, give or take, 25, 26-ish.
Incorrect. You experienced a memory failure 25 years ago.
Oh, boy. Okay. Glad I didn't bet on our philosophy discussion previously. Uh, so I'm old, and was the janitor part at least right, or do I just have the wrong colors in my eyes?
You have more in common with a janitor than other things. You have most of the functions of a janitor. Though if you were worried about biological decay, you worry about that. Maintain your diet, and your body will continue to recycle things that begin to fail.
I mean, if I'm that old, that makes sense why I'm still kicking around. I wonder how I lost my memory. I imagine that whatever you just did didn't tell you that. Just kind of clean slate started 2.5 decades ago.
It is difficult to parse corrupted data, yes,
Oh boy. Um,
but you do have error
well,
reports.
it's good. Do they tell you anything interesting, or
I'm not sure what would qualify as interesting, but your diet has been quite imbalanced. Also, it appears that you are hmm, you were intended to consume radiation?
um, it's never really bothered me that much. My light bulbs go a little bit staticky, but I haven't had any of like the coughing up blood things.
Yes. Most units are intended for recycling, but it seems that they were testing how if it was viable for for units like you to go and renew the wasteland. Ultimately, no, but you can still handle radiation.
I'm I'm sorry. Was I supposed to be like a living water filter? That seems unethical and gross in many ways.
You are a living radiation filter.
Okay, that seems better. Um, well then, that explains a few things and leaves many, many more things unanswered. Wow. All right.
I could try to
But
restart some of those functionalities if desired.
with the radiation ones or the memory ones?
Radiation. Memory is uncertain. If it is,
Uh,
I can't promise if you want me to try and brute force it that you won't crash again. And then you will wake up a new person.
Definitely just the radiation things. Definitely, maybe my memory was lost for a reason, or I don't know. No reason to get confused.
Very well then. That shall be managed. That will begin to be managed over at the foundry.
Sounds good.
How old is Sprocket then?
Difficult to parse.
Well, if I'm not the best at history, but the bombs dropped a little over 200 years ago, and I was part of a generation actively worked on. Not the best at math, but I think that puts me at the upper end of more than 2 centuries old.
Some saw the signs and were taking preventative actions. Or rather, preemptive actions.
Hopefully, I don't start feeling aches in my joints because of this. Ugh. I thank you, Lavinia. Um, that is illuminating.
You are welcome. This information would have been difficult to acquire otherwise, though self-diagnostics are possible.
Yeah, I've tried diagnosing myself before. Usually, it ends up with me waking up in a clinic with an actual doctor telling me what I just did wrong.
Dr. RBG is giving you a look now. You feel Dr. ire on you. You are being judged now.
What, for attempting to self-diagnose, or for the fact that he was right about the lead eating?
The self-diagnosis. The lead eating is something else entirely that we will discuss on the side. Nothing
fair.
pisses off a doctor more.
All right. Does anyone else have something for Administrator Unit Lavinia?
To be fair, it appears that Lucinda is going to be in the area for the foreseeable future. So if she has any other questions, she'll have her chance to ask.
Understandable.
Dr. RGB is just going to go and find a place somewhere in the building he can set up a medical tent, because he has a feeling that if we're going to be here during the fighting, he's going to be playing medic.
Yeah. Hex is definitely going with him, especially considering he's definitely needed for working on anyone that is here right now, except for our little group. Granted, they already probably have their own care unit facilities, but hey, if we're going to be here anyway.
So is Sprocket able to better withstand radioactive areas, or can he actually absorb it?
Currently, withstand.
Man, if only he knew somebody whose magic is essentially powered by radiation. How strange.
Sprocket, it sounds like you're going to be a magic battery. I would apologize, but at this point in time, I think Sprocket would just be happy to be useful.
Yep.
I'm-
Sprocket in combat, standing next to Lucinda with like her claw on his visor.
She's just holding you by the head.
Yep.
Wait, if he's small enough, she could just use him as a staff.
Get on the stick. Get on the stick, Sprocket.
Oh, with enough tape, we can make him the stick.
I feel like my biology is being used against me, and I'm glad I am helpful, but I also feel slightly disturbed.
Just think of it as uppies, except on a stick.
Uppies, but the blood goes to my brain as I'm swung around with reckless abandon.
But imagine yourself holding your stick and swinging with reckless abandon while you're being swung around with reckless abandon.
Oh my god, we can double the stick per stick while we stick.
There you go. Pat, pat, pat.
I'm gonna have to put more points into athletics, I guess.
So when do people just get to add Sprocket as a weapon in their inventory?
I guess it depends on how this campaign goes.
I guess I'm also going to be putting points into Clash, so I can actually wield Sprocket weapon.
Burden.
Currently, Sprocket is a tier 0 weapon.
So do we have to write rules on companions that are also other players now?
I think we can file that one under our creative solution. Yeah, I'm definitely not making rules on that shit.
Good, because I wasn't either.
Yeah, we've got
You're
enough,
welcome.
We've got enough weird rules as is, let alone that.
Rule: using another player as a weapon. Don't.
Not
If a
only
player
is
suggests this, no.
not only will Sprocket be a weapon, but we can hopefully also turn him into a vessel for Lucinda.
I mean, that is possible through the companions path,
Yeah, it is.
technically. We should probably put in rules for if another player is a companion / familiar. Because I'm not against that idea in the future.
We'll consider it. It depends on whether or not Lucinda actually ends up taking Sprocket. We'll write it then.
Just
We'll see how this
put
goes.
on low priority on the to-do list for that.
Now part of me wants to pull a Vari and force that to become a much higher priority.
Hex, we've got a problem. We've got a maid, and the maid's coming with a pet.
Oh, yeah, I feel, no, having another player interact with that is some recursive numbers. It's a lot of sharing.
So Isel's gonna ask Lavinia if where the cooks are so he can learn more about how they cook things.
Did we lose Ninja?
Oh my goodness. I don't know why I said that. Well then, that was interesting. Pardon, what happened? Who said what?
Oh, Isel asked if he could go to wherever your cooks are, so that way he could learn how you guys cook.
Yes.
Considering he's got a half robotic party that he has to cook for now.
Understandable. I have terrible news. Their cooking is very efficient. However, it seems to be primarily based on filling out a nutritional quota.
Is Nib about to pop into this reality?
It's not gray.
Okay.
It is more people basically walk up to a terminal where their current status is diagnosed, and they then receive what they require to get up to capacity.
So, Anja, I've got a very terrifying question. What happens if Hex, RGB, and Sprocket all go up and get themselves scanned?
Yeah, actually, I feel like before we go to the foundry, we all be hungry. It's been a long day of travel.
It's true. Now, here's the thing. The three of you are not standard units. It is not made to diagnose you.
Good answer. I was just curious.
But you could try anyway, and you could try to alter the results.
I mean, Hex and RGB at least could just change their colors to be whatever whatever they see eating around that has the most similar diet. Try and pass it off that way.
Understandable.
Yes, we're actually, just really, really big security units.
Oh my goodness, dude, the mean thing we could do. Okay, Grandpa, we know that you're hungry. He was a security unit like 100 years ago. This is all the red that's left on him. Just
Back in my day, I was a security unit like you.
To be fair, we also do know that quite literally the janitor units are used for spare parts, so could also literally just say, considering the fact he literally has janitor unit spare parts around his neck right now. And he has red on his fur.
I also just imagine the readout is like Karen from SpongeBob, and Sprocket just steps on it, and it just reads 50% fruit, 50% we don't know.
Now, you want to know what
lead.
Sprocket's readout is going to look like? It's gonna look like that chocolate lady from SpongeBob.
Oh boy.
It's just like, from all they can tell, you are a shriveled up random thing that's somehow on their sensors.
Because I feel like the doctors would just be rejected because there's no record. Sprocket would just confuse it. It's like nutritional deficiencies, yes, but also no, maybe.
Enja, please retail us what happens when we put the Sprocket on the scanner.
Okay. Well, it will be providing him a diet because it thinks he's deficient in everything, actually. A diet that if you allow it to continue is starting to approach 10% of his body weight in one sitting.
The doctors find nothing abnormal about that part.
Nope.
The number is climbing. As
Good
it's,
for him. He'll finally have a full meal.
Oh boy.
I'm pretty sure I'll explode if I eat that much. I don't have the how do I put this? Earthiness of tail to store oils like you do.
We'll just eat whatever you don't then.
Okay.
Whoop.
Sprocket will stand there until an aide proto tells him to stop, or the two doctors are satisfied what their leftovers will be.
So the first.
Yes, because reminder, these are base components, so it is providing all sorts of things,
Does it include lead?
cloth and wood included, not standard foods.
Oh, I see lead. Ha 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 ha. It says I need it.
I stopped disputing that once I found out what kind of unit you were.
Yeah, but, you got to take the wins when you get them.
As they are assuming that there is a problem with the scanner.
Dang it, I wanted to see what happened when we stepped on it.
It probably would have been an experience.
Oh well.
Or maybe we'll give it 5 minutes.
Well, after Sprocket,
as the Sprocket Meal Fund approaches 100% of yearly GDP.
there is enough materials here to construct a second Sprocket on this pile. This is more than what Belfrin collected.
Okay, I feel slightly bad for that.
Yeah, but they didn't neutraloaf it, so it can go back into the pile.
Well, then also technically speaking, we're just using the provided facility.
We literally broke the scale.
No, I'm curious now. Dr.
I was about
RGB
to
is
say,
going to
I think we break it.
Dr. RGB is going to step on the scanner.
Now the scanner, instead of giving you a reading, it starts to chug a little. As it trying to work through your systems.
I'm just imagining that it ends up getting to the tail, and it's just so confused about why it has so much localized things stored there.
It's like trying to load Windows XP on a Windows 93 PC through a CD drive.
As it's coming up with it is just coming up with 10 pounds of oil.
Score.
Maybe this thing is more accurate than we thought.
I wonder if it'll give you hot sauce then.
Fenrir's going to step up, just out of curiosity.
All right. It seems to be having slight difficulties with you, but it is putting in a request for a scout unit to then go and capture a whole entire meat creature, as snakes eat their food whole.
Now I am absolutely imagining Karen from SpongeBob going, "Snake eats food whole. Meat."
Yep.
However, maybe one of the reasons Scanner chugged is that you have quite the internal defenses that are active most all the time, and it did not have permission.
Understandable.
Okay, Isel's curious. Isel will step on it now.
Okay. It is much the same. However, it may be suggesting it in larger proportions, and to provide a bath.
Isel confirmed stinky.
No, because
A
it
death
is
rolling.
intending for you to properly eat. A death roll may be required.
Oh.
I was gonna say I knew exactly where that was going.
Yep.
Isel's just gonna look at it.
Now, understand this entire facility is pre-war.
All right, Hex, you have to try. Let's see if you get a 10 per 10 pounds of hot sauce.
Yeah, I know, right? He's definitely going on there the moment he saw his brother get oil.
Isel's gonna step off, just looking weirdly at the scanner.
For the record, Isel, I don't think you're that stinky.
No, his kind didn't exist before the nuclear situation happened. Beforehand, they were just animals. We passed by Florida.
Weird place.
Yeah, everything was...
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
I thought that was a state in China.
Please do not ever say that inside of a pre-war facility again.
I just got flashbanged.
Hex half expecting Sprocket to get one of his legs shot out by saying that a U.S. state was a state in China in a pre-war facility.
I mean, some of the soldier units are looking at you. Like they have stopped completely.
ancient protocols they didn't know have started.
Dr. RGB's just gonna reach into Hex's bag and pull out the Made in the USA magnet he knows he has and stick it on his own chest.
I thought you were gonna put it on Sprocket's visor to save his ass.
No,
That
you
was
got
pro-
yourself into this.
Yeah, you get what you get.
Sprocket is just going to continue eating
He's
his
only
cubes of metal.
joking. He is only joking.
They'll start to walk again,
I'm
but
a
they are citing this as an incident.
You see, I'm a medic. I save you
Patriotic
after
incident.
you get your butt handed to you, not before.
Did I say something funny?
No, that's really bad thing to say.
The C word or the F word? Because I've heard bad reactions to both.
Saying that
C.
the... Yes.
Got it.
As
okay,
well as
never
the
putting
other
those
C
in the
word.
same sentence before.
Saying that the F word was from the C place is exactly why they were mad, because the C place was the enemy of this nation before war. The benefit to reading books.
Okay, so the C place, just to make sure I'm remembering correctly, those are those it's run by the crab people, the Meyerlurks, right? They overran Florida.
I don't want to know where you learned history now.
I didn't. I just kind of put things together.
You did it wrong. But that's okay.
Ah,
We can explain later.
Please
When
do.
we are not inside of here.
it. Well, I'm going to continue eating my perfectly cubular chunks of minerals and materials, and the meat cube is kind of off-putting, but it's pretty tasty.
Now, let's see what Hex gets. As it will chug once again as it tries to basically work through his system to get like a read of what does this body crave. And perhaps his is the most elaborate, as it's going to require cooking. As he has been issued after several minutes of trying to run the system, pepper soup.
I find this very acceptable.
Which kind of pepper?
Given that it is a pepper soup, they will be using basically all peppers they have on hand, as well as plenty of the ancient spices that they've not really had to use for any cooking.
Oh, so it's ancient and dried. You're in danger,
Still
Hex.
extra potent.
Yes. Well, I'd say you're in danger, but you'll enjoy every moment of it, so.
I think the other people around are more going to be in danger, considering that they're going to have to smell this.
Isel is writing in his pip boy for under the Dr. Hex column, pepper soup.
Do we have to put up the yellow tape and a berth around you to keep the mushy beings from being too close to you so their eyes don't burn out of their sockets?
If they sit next to him, that's their own fault.
Lol.
Ooh. Can you sit next to me? I think your food will flavor my food by proxy.
Get your own flavor.
a
He does not
synth,
wish to share.
a synth sitting there trying to suck the flavoring out of the air like a vacuum cleaner. No, this is my flavoring. Stop smelling it. Vacuum noises.
Who gave you permission to breathe my air?
Though this is about the time where we need to end. Actually, past the time.
Ah, understandable. Well, we have had fun.
Skater shenanigans.
Delightful session.
Absolutely.
Fedro's absolutely waiting for the scout to bring back the food, though. So he probably
They
won't
will
eat
be
it
doing
whole.
that is a real mission.
Though he won't be eating it whole. He'll just hand it over to Isel to cook.
Understandable.
But either way, would probably have been good if I updated the credits prior to this. I know.
Yep. All right, while you're editing that, here you go.
Lol. I'll just do my exit really quickly while you're editing that as well. I'll mute for it.
Rank up. Hold the line. This hamlet shall not
All right, y'all.
fall.
Thank you all so much for joining us. Drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, take better care of yourselves. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you, YouTube. Hit like, subscribe, blah,
Thank
blah,
you for
blah.
the raid.
And bye.
And go ahead.
Yep, I already did my exit, so...
Oh.
Raid.